So you're thinking about a career in cybersecurity. Awesome choice. But where on earth do you even begin? Well, today we're going to look at a 100-day challenge that claims it can take you from absolute beginner to a job-ready pro in one of the hottest fields out there. Let's dig in.
I mean, who wouldn't want in? A career in cybersecurity? We're talking high demand, great pay, and honestly, some really important work. But then you start looking into it and
It just feels like this giant tangled mess, right? There's so much information, so many different paths. It is totally overwhelming. It's a common feeling. But what if I told you there was a clear step-by-step plan that cuts through all that noise?
What if you could map out that entire journey in just 100 days?
And that's the whole idea right there, a 100-day roadmap. It's designed to take you from someone who's just kind of curious about this stuff all the way to a confident, job-ready candidate. So let's break it down. It's split into 3 main phases.
Okay, so phase 1. This is where it all begins. Days 1 through 20 are all about laying a rock-solid foundation. I mean, you can't build a skyscraper on sand, right? You've got to have that solid base first.
And you can see the structure here is super logical. You start with the absolute basics in week 1, just getting your bearings. Then you move into networking essentials, which is so important. By week 3, you're building core skills, and then in week 4, you're actually putting it all into practice.
For example, right in week 1, you're going to get crystal clear on the big threats. You'll learn the difference between malware, nasty software designed to mess up your computer, and phishing, which was all about tricking you into giving up your passwords. Knowing that difference, that's step 1 to defending yourself.
And look, by the end of this first phase, you're not just walking away with a bunch of theory. We're talking real, tangible skills. You'll actually know how to spot phishing scams, how to handle your passwords like a pro, and even set up things like a firewall or a VPN. This is stuff you can use on day 21, you know?
All right, phase 1 is done. Let's move on to phase 2, days 21 to 50. This is where we really start to ramp things up. You've got the foundation, now it's time to get a little more technical, a little deeper into how we actually protect systems. So the focus shifts. We're talking about securing the actual building blocks of IT, things like operating systems and web apps. Then you get into the really cool stuff, like cryptography, which is basically the science of secret codes. And finally, you'll dip your toes into security operations.
And yeah, we're getting into some complex stuff here, like cryptography. You'll learn the difference between symmetric encryption, think of it like having one key that both locks and unlocks a treasure chest, and asymmetric encryption, which is wild. It uses 2 different keys, one to lock it and a totally separate one to unlock it. And this isn't just theory, by the way. This is the tech that keeps your texts and your bank account safe every single day.
So the skills you're picking up here, it's a major step up. We're talking about locking down Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. You'll finally understand what that little S in HTTPS actually means. And you'll even get an intro to professional-grade tools like CIEMs, that's Security Information and Event Management, basically what the pros use to watch for attacks in real time.
Okay, buckle up, because this is where it gets really fun. Phase 3, the home stretch, days 51 all the way to 100. This is where you go from intermediate to advanced. We're talking about the pro-level skills that are going to make your resume pop.
I mean, just look at this lineup. Advanced networking and security, app security, cloud security, and then the big one, ethical hacking and penetration testing. Yeah, this is where you learn to think like a bad guy so you can build even better defenses. And let's be super clear about this. Ethical hacking isn't what you see in the movies. It's not about causing chaos. It's about being the good guy. You get hired by a company to legally try to break into their systems. Why? To find the holes before the real criminals do. And let me tell you, this is one of the most in-demand skills out there.
In this phase, you'll also get familiar with industry standards like the OWASP Top 10. Think of it as the FBI's most wanted list, but for website vulnerabilities. If you know this list and you know how to fight it, employers immediately know you speak their language. It's a huge deal.
But look, knowing all this cool stuff is only half the battle, right? The final part of this 100-day plan is what really makes it special. It's the end game. It's all about turning that knowledge into an actual job.
So check out this timeline. The last few weeks are completely dedicated to launching your career. You're building your resume, you're dialing in your LinkedIn profile, you're practicing for interviews, and it all leads up to a final capstone project where you get to show off everything you've learned.
Seriously, think of this last part as your personal career launchpad. Because it's not just about what you know anymore, it's about proving you can do the work. That capstone project, That's the centerpiece of your portfolio. It's something real you can point to in an interview and say, I built this, I secured this.
And that's the whole transformation, right there. In 100 days, just over 3 months, you go from someone who's just interested in cybersecurity to a real candidate with a portfolio and the confidence to back it up. You're not just a learner anymore, you're a professional in the making.
So the path is all laid out. It's clear, it's structured. Now, is it going to be an intense challenge? Absolutely. But the reward, a career in one of the most important fields in the world today, is pretty amazing. So, I guess the only question left is, are you ready for day one?